Was there a point, and if you could please just tell us honestly, a point where you felt like, you know what, I quit because I can't handle it. It's getting too hard, I've got too many rejections, I'm too hurt, physically or mentally. Was there a point where you said, I don't think I can keep going? And if there was that point, how did you get through it?
I know exactly when that was for me. So in 2012, I made the London Olympics, and I had overcome an injury to get there, and it was, this whole ordeal, and it felt amazing when I finally made it happen. And basically, and I'll give you a little bit of background so it makes more sense later, but I had a stress fracture, like a deterioration of my bone in my femur the year before the 2012 Olympics. I sat out for almost a year, and then in 6 months came back, got back to who I was before that injury, and then improved an entire second in order to qualify for the Olympic Games. And in order to get through that, I tattooed the word believe on my wrist, and I said, when I make the Olympic Games, I will put the Olympic rings underneath here. And so I set out and I made the Olympic Games in 2012. Continued to train as an athlete and get better and get stronger. And in 2016, I've now been known as Sarah Wells the Olympian for 4 years. And 2 months before the 2016 Olympic trials, I did a workout on a day I should have never done a workout because my hamstrings were super tight, and I chose to do it because I felt like this immense amount of pressure, like I was a medal hopeful and I needed to do that. I needed to do everything in my training in order to make this come true. And ended up tearing my hamstring in that workout, and then trying to rehab back. And at Olympic trials, I was back to about 90%, and then ended up getting fourth and missing qualifying by half a second. And I remember when we left the track that day, after all the cameras are in your face, like, how does it feel to miss the Olympics? And you're like, devastating, why are you asking me that? And we pulled into the driveway of the Airbnb we were staying at, and I couldn't go into the house because I couldn't accept that this pursuit was over. There wasn't one more good sleep or one more good session for recovery. It was just it. And I couldn't believe that what had been known as Sarah Wells the Olympian doesn't make the Olympics. And it didn't add up to me, it didn't make sense, and I felt like such a failure. And I thought no one was gonna like me anymore. I thought no one was gonna listen to what I had to say. I thought I would never be up on a stage to share my story, and because I was no longer of value to people. And that moment was devastating, and I actually took a year off sport because I felt like the biggest heartbreak, and I just needed a step away from sport. But I think within that, I kind of recognized that, well, yes, I believed in myself and achieved the goal of making the Olympics in 2012. And I thought, okay, you believe in yourself, you achieve your goals, that's what happens, great job. But in 2016, I believed in myself and I didn't achieve my goal. Yet I actually feel like I had gained an even stronger sense of self-belief through that failure. And because I took that year off, in that point of reflection, I recognized that you don't build self-belief through achievements. You build self-belief through action, through getting back up, through choosing to put yourself back out there. And I think that's where I found this new sense of strength, because even though I knew that it was such a long shot to try to make the Olympics again, I still stood on the start line. I still decided it was worth the shot. And I think in those moments of epic defeat and feeling so deflated, you just have to take action, just take a step. And that's how you can kind of pull yourself back out of those moments. And from 2016, I'm now pursuing the 2020 Olympics and have been able to find this new fire and new sense of self-belief that, you know what, I'm willing to take action, and that's enough.